So the account is currently sitting at 1138. 1138. And we doubled our money officially in 31 days. Now, in the investment world, that can be viewed as a miracle, or it can be viewed as a high risk scam. Because here it is that certain hedge funds have a hard time maintaining 20% in a year, but I was able to get 100% in a month. So I get why it's a red flag. And let's point out the elephant in the room. Of course, there are things that are out there that are saying, hey, this is a high-risk scheme. They're calling it a scheme. I see the Canadian, reports. I see the reports that are out there. It's a New Zealand report, so I see those reports. But at some point, I have to determine, do I want to base my experience on the reports or my daily profits? And right now, I'm leaning all on the daily profits because I'm seeing the daily profits. I do get how it can be a high risk because let's face it, we're doing copy trading. We're not actually seeing the trades being done. So it's a trust-based system, not a transparency, regulatory system to where we're seeing everything. It's based on trust, the trust of the leadership. And they're trusting us to make sure we're taking the daily trades because it overall helps the platform, the trading platform. So it's a win-win scenario. And once you can grasp the fact that, it's a win-win scenario because more people trading is good for the platform, and more people knowing about the platform is good for the overall company. So why wouldn't they incentivize as their form of marketing to pay out individuals and make sure that everybody is having a win-win, good experience? Why wouldn't they? Because it's in their best interest to make sure that the customers or the clients or the members are happy. Otherwise, they don't trust their platform. So it creates a win-win scenario. And if you can wrap your mind around that, then I think you'll say, okay, I guess I get it. I guess that makes a bit of sense. Now, I'm not sure if my video just cut off right there, but if you could wrap your mind, because it was a call coming in, but if you can wrap your mind around the fact that, I get it, it's a win-win scenario. They want the members to do well because in return, the platform grows and does well, and it makes more trading volume happen on the platform on a day-to-day basis. So the copy trades make sense. So if you can wrap your mind around that, I think that'll give you that light bulb moment to say, okay, let me go ahead and give it a shot. And if you want to give it a shot, then it's a link down below that allows you to do just that. You can go ahead and click the link, start the process, watch the detailed videos, get enrolled. My contact information will be provided. That way, if you need any assistance, I got you. Choice is yours. And if you're already a member, that system that I use, you can get access to it down below. Now, in addition to understanding the risks that are involved and the fact that we're doing copy trading, we're aware that many people don't understand how you can get 100% rate of return. Well, it's not based on the typical investing standards. Copy trading is copying the experts and their teams' trades, pasting the trade signal, and being willing to experience the win or the loss. You're being willing to experience both. However, you're protected by the fact that they're only trading off of 1% of your money. 1% of your money. Most of you, if you were trading and you opened up a trade account, you wouldn't just use 1% of your money. You're trying to hit a home run. You're trying to figure out, okay, how can I flip at least half of it? Most people wouldn't have the discipline to trade with just 1% of the money. And in the mindset of some people are thinking, that's going to be pennies. Yeah, but it keeps your emotions intact. Because if they're trading with 1% of your money, and let's say you started with $1,000, which is a good recommended amount, if 1% of that is $10, well, if you win and say it typically wins 60%, so say that $10 wins $6, most people are like, $6 ain't gonna, make or break my day. That's the point. But at the same time, if it was to lose $6, would it make or break your day? Not at all. That's the point. But if we do that daily, twice a day, which is the typical amount of trades, compounded, that 1% grows larger and larger. So certain people who might have 1,000 in their account and they're getting that 1.2% a day, but it's other people who might have 100,000 in their account and they're getting that 1.2% a day. that's where the game changes mentally. But it all started with those small incremental things. So this is based on a skill set of trading, not buying a company and hoping that the right news comes out, the right media comes out, they make the right decisions, and their stock goes up. That's a little bit different. That's what many hedge funds are doing. They're using different different accounts, whether it's the mutual fund, whether they're using the ETFs, I can think of it for a second, the ETFs, whatever they're using, or they're investing in individual stocks. They're trying to do whatever they can to hedge against the market. This is based on a skill, and skill pays the bills and has the ability to give you a higher return on investment versus just investing in the company or a bucket of companies themselves to grow. So that's first and foremost. But the 100% rate of return for me happened faster because I was sharing it and expanding the network, and that creates a win-win for the company as well as for me, as well as those who get enrolled, because those who get enrolled also get incentivized for enrolling to begin with. So I just really want to point those things out so you can understand that we're aware of all of the news media, the headlines and things that say, oh, it's a scam, it's risky. It is risky. It is, investing is risky. Yes, we don't run from that. But you also got to have a exit strategy mentality. And on my day 46, I'm going to show you how I, was able to take some profits and put it to where this whole thing is risk-free for me. Now, you want to have an exit plan in mind because, okay, if you invested $1,000 and that $1,000 doubled, you pulled that money out. Now, your risk is removed. You still got $1,000 in there working. You taking out $1,000. You can sleep good at night knowing that you didn't lose money. Sometimes people say, you know what? If it doubled in this amount of time and I'm at 2,000, they don't want to take out a dime. There's plenty of people who do that as well. I get it. I just wanted to be a product of the product and say, okay, can I actually take money out? Let me see if I'm able to. And indeed, I was able to, but that's on a future video. But you do want to have some type of extra strategy or plan in mind so that way you can position yourself to make this whole thing risk-free. So I'm totally aware of all of the things that people are saying in the headline. We don't, run from it. We address it head on. But at some point, you got to understand, okay, who's creating this information and why? Are they on the inside talking about it, or on the outside talking about what they've not yet experienced? And sometimes you got to understand that a platform like this is not in the best interest of these particular big Wall Street type individuals. I'll just say that. It's not in their best interest, because if a company like this is able to help people get 1.2% daily, the banks are trying to get you because they got high yield savings account, they can pay you 4%. They're telling you to invest in the S&P 500 because it, on average has produced double-digit rates of return on an annual basis, and they want you to be ecstatic about that. But on the back end, they got this protected community of accredited investors who are able to invest in these companies, and these companies finally IPO. It runs up, they exit, they get way more than the 15, double-digit rates of return for the year because they invested early. And with a group of people that only was a limited amount. It wasn't something that could benefit the masses. It only benefit the accredited investor. Meanwhile, they're feeding you, hey, you should be proud of this. You should be happy with this. If you do this, it'll take your money 7 years to double or 12 years to double, and they want you to be ecstatic about it. Then something like this comes along that says, nah, I'm here to help end poverty. I'm here to put people in a position to win and create win-win scenarios. I'm here to give people hope again and let them know that there are good people, good entities, good systems that can benefit the masses on a day-to-day basis. And I'm not letting you settle for the numbers that they throw out. I want you to, know that we've got a 99% success rate of 1.2% a day. Something like that comes along. And slowly but surely, people start giving it a shot. People start saying, oh, it's going up. Oh, I'm able to take money out. Oh, I'm able to share it with others. Everybody got to know about this. They start switching and having that mentality. And I can say I'm guilty of that as well. Because at first I was like, brushed it off. That may be you. That's why I can't prejudge or say, you're wrong for not joining at the first time I'm hearing it. I didn't join when I first heard it. I get it. Wish I would have. Based on, where I see people who did join at that time with the same amount that I joined, what their account is doing right now. Wish I would have. But everybody has to take the hit or the slap in the face for the hesitancy that led you down the path of not taking action. I have to take that hit. And I'm okay with that. However, now that I am on the inside and I see the fact that, hold on, it's growing daily. I was able to double. I was able to pull out my investment and some, which you'll see on day 46. I'm able to share this with others. They're excited about it. I'm texting them the codes. They getting the codes themselves. They sending me the codes. They're like, man, I want to tell my wife. I want to tell my mom. They're excited about it. Naturally, I'm not trying to motivate them every day. No. You know what motivates them every day? Them pasting their code. They look up and they see that account went up. It motivates them. They're able to see the perks, the benefits for themselves. It has nothing to do with me at that point. So now it grows on its own like wildfire. And people start to spread it. And it doesn't have any limitations. You can be in several different countries. It's a global system. The crypto market is a global network. There's people in 100 different countries, 100 plus different countries, and people setting up real physical brick and mortar locations across the United States. When that starts to catch wind, it's gonna be hard for people to deny. Oh, this is a real thing. They setting up shop, physical locations, brick and mortar. So if you get in sooner, there are bigger benefits because there are shareholder benefits that are coming up, lots of other benefits and events and things of that nature that are coming up. The sooner you get in, the better. If you decide that you want to at least take a chance and bet on yourself or bet on the fact that somebody is sharing something fully transparent, not trying to overhype you, not trying to come too polished. If I make a mistake, I keep it. I dropped the phone in the previous video and kept it. Because I just want to, let I'm a real person, just sharing and documenting the journey and the experience and not ducking and hiding and running from the negativity that gets posted online that a lot of people buy into. But that's going to deprive people from changing their lives in a short amount of time just because they thought it was too good to be true. I get it, though. I get it. I get why they won't want to take that next step. I get that fear that's in them that's like, but you got to ask yourself, do you want the fear of losing $500 to $1,000 or the fear of realizing the money that you threw away somewhere else could have become a fortune? Hindsight, which regret would you rather have? I lost $1,000 in that thing. Is that going to be like life-threatening or altering? Or if you had the opportunity or you seen somebody beside you who did it and now their life is totally different because they did, which one would give you the most regret? You have to answer that question between you and then you decide based on those things. If you're ready to get started, it's a link down below. If you got questions, don't hesitate to ask. The link down below will lead you to the path to where you can get access to me as well. Text me. Don't call. I don't answer unscheduled and unknown numbers because it's too many spam and all these fake. Listen, text me, and then we'll connect the dots on how I can help you get your questions answered, etc. If you want to just watch the videos down below and get access to the system, I'll be notified and I'll contact you so I can help you hit your goals. That being said, Mr. Smith signing out. See you on the inside. Salute.